Our brother cannot enter into an agreement because he owns no house, he owns no party. How will he form a coalition if President Uhuru and the Ruto had friends? What makes us believe that our brother will be in the ballot when he's number 2 in a party where he has no control? I'm not a politician, but I have to advise our people as a leader, as a spokesperson, that our brother, if we want our support, let him build our own house, our own political party that will be branded to be a Kenyan political party, but he has to have his own party. You cannot make a government from outside. Lazima mkue na wandani wa kuleta siri. Mimi mtu akiniambia wewe ni one term, namwambia mimi ni civil servant my friend. Nitakuepo kwenda mbele na wewe bado tutakuhudumia. If you have a problem, then that problem tell me sort it out, because one term is not solving your problem. One term is only making you a noise maker.
Na mtazamaji, karibu kwenye awamu nyingine ya Viewsroom, show inayokukujia moja kwa moja na mbashara ndani ya Sauti TV. Kipindi ambacho tunazungumzia masuala yanayohusiana na Kenya, mustakabali wa taifa, uongozi, siasa, biashara na afya. Leo hii tunayo fursa ya kuwa na mmoja wa watu ambao wamekuwa kipaumbele katika kufanya masuala makubwa sana jijini Nairobi, na si mwingine bali afisa mkuu wa masuala ya
shirikisho na huduma kwa wananchi,
Bwana Geoffrey Mosiria. Karibu sana Geoffrey.
Asante sana. Nashukuru kwa kunialika kwenye studio ni tuweze kuzungumza. Na niko tayari kuzungumza na wananchi ambao wanatutizama kutoka Sauti TV.
Labda bwana Geoffrey, unaweza tuelezea hii wizara ambayo unaishikilia, masuala ya wananchi ni na nini? Maana tumeona ya kwamba hapo awali ulikuwa unaangazia masuala ya mazingira, lakini sasa uko kwa wananchi kabisa. Unaweza tuelezea kwa kiupana kabisa hii department inahusu nini?
Yes, hii inaitwa kwa lugha ya Kimombo Public Participation, Citizen Engagement and Customer Service. Mimi ndiye nahusika katika yale masuala ya kufanya public participation, kusikiza wananchi vile wanasema malalamishi yao, kupata feedback kulingana na zile huduma tunawapatia kutoka kwa jiji la Nairobi. Na pia ni wizara ambao sasa imeniweka kwa wananchi, kufuatilia matakwa yao, kuona vile watu walikuwa wanasema wanataka serikali wasikize. Sasa mimi niko hapo kuwasikiza na kuleta shida zao, malalamishi yao kwenye serikali na yanatatuliwa.
So far experience yako imekuwaje? Kwa maana ulikuwa pale kwa environment, alafu sasa uko hapa. Je, unajihisi kwamba ni demotion ilipata, ama kwa sababu kumekuwa na fununu hapa ya kwamba ni kama waliamua kukupigia kalamu kutoka ile wadhifa pale juu?
La, si demotion. Mali nipo kwangu ni the same level. Difference ni kwamba level of services. The level of services ndio ziko different. Kwenye mazingira nilikuwa nashughulikia mazingira, masuala ya mazingira. Mala nipo sasa nashughulikia katika kufanya public participation, yani kwenda kusikiza wananchi na maelezo yao, matakwa yao, vile wanataka zile project wanataka zifanywe na serikali, na pia kuengage, kuwauliza vipi tunawahudumia kama serikali, na pia complaints zao, customer care. Wengi wanasema wameenda customer care, sasa atakuwa anakaa kwa simu, lakini yangu wanakuja kwa ground pale mitaani, nazungumza na wafanyabiashara, nazungumza na vijana, watu wazima, wadogo, nasikiza malalamishi yao, nasikiza feedback zao kwenye masoko, kwenye hospitali, naenda naona vipi wananchi wanapata huduma. Kama juzi nikianza nienda kwenye hospitali zetu, nikapata madaktari wengi wako absent, na nikafuatilia nijue ni vipi wanaingia kazini kama wamechelewa, kwa sababu serikali ilikupeana service na wananchi lazima wapate huduma. So letu ni kuhakikisha kwamba wale maafisa wetu wameajiriwa kwenye mahospitali, kwenye vitengo mbalimbali, wanafanya kazi vile inafaa. Iwe ni askari afanye kazi kulingana na vile amepewa job description yake, sio kuenda pale mtaani kushika tu vijana, kuitisha ongo, kusunguka nao kwenye magari. Langu ni kuhakikisha kwamba hizo complaint zimetatuliwa, na pia kuelekeza maafisa wetu kwamba sio tu kushika wananchi. Kazi yetu si kushika tu wananchi. Unaweza kaa na mwananchi, kama amekosa mwelekeze, kwa sababu pia binadamu mkosa vile, hata wewe unaweza kosa ama mimi naweza kosa, lakini ukiwaelekeza kesho hawatakosa. Na ukimpatia onyo, kama nilipokuwa kwenye Wizara ya Mazingira, nikupata mvunja sheria na kupea warning ya kwanza, ya pili, ya tatu, kama hujarekebisha na kuchukulia hatua. Hivyo ndio inafaa, ili tu create uhusiano bora kati ya maafisa wa kaunti na serikali. Kama ni pale mitaani, nenda nauliza wananchi ni vipi mnahudumiwa. Nenda kwenye masoko, kama nilikuwa Kanguno Market, ukapata kweli kuna watu walichukua hizo maduka, hizo zinaitwa stores. Mtu alichukua duka kama 10, soko ikianza ende kurent. So zaidi ya 2,000 duka 2,000 wenye walichukua wanalipia rent kila mwezi, lakini hazitumiki. Ndio tukakaa na wachuuzi chini, au wenye wako hapo ndani wakasema hawa ndio wanawadararisha, hao ndio wanazuia wao kufanya biashara. Hao wenye wamechukua hizo duka 2,000 na hawajaweka biashara, kwa sababu ndio soko iweze kuwa soko, lazima kuwe na bidhaa mbalimbali. Mtu akija, kama amekuja kununua nguo, atanunua mboga, anunue na chakula na vyakula vingine ile nyumbani. So tukakaa nao chini na tukasema tutarudi tukae na vitengo mbalimbali vya serikali, tutafute suluhu ili hiyo soko iweze kufanya kazi. Na wao wenyewe watuambia hiyo soko itatusaidia kupunguza hawkers town. Ile soko ya Marikiti tolewe pale, ile iko pale Wakulima Market, ile imejaa kwa barabara. Badala ya kufanyia kwa barabara wholesale, walete hapa Wakulima, yani Kangundo Road Market. Wakishaleta hapo, itatoa hawkers town. Hawkers watafuata bidhaa, wanunuzi, customers watafuata soko, kwa sababu leo hii ukitaka kununua nyama kule kwa nyumba yako tena butcher itakufuata kwa nyumba yako. Ukitaka kunywa, kama yani unakunywa pombe, unaenda wapi? Kwenye bar itakufuata kwa nyumba. So tukifanya hivyo, Nairobi itakuwa congested, hawkers wataisha town, na pia tutapunguza usongamano wa mikokoteni ambayo inabeba bidhaa ikitoa kwenye masoko yetu yakipelekwa mitaa kama Westlands, Kawangware. Hii Nairobi yote itapunguza msongamano wa watu town. Na hiyo ni mapendekezo ya wananchi, na kazi yangu ni kwenda kwa ground. Nafanya nini? Nawasikiza, tunaelekezana, tunapata pia mapendekezo yao, kwa sababu wao ndio wanajua zile shida wanapitia, na wao ndio wako na suluhu. Kazi ya serikali ni kuelekeza.
Na Bwana Mosiria amezungumzia masuala ya kwamba uko pale kwa ground na unaweza kutangamana na Wakenya, unaweza kutangamana na hata
ulikuwa umeuliza, it's not a promotion. To me is a new docket with new challenges, with new experience. I'm learning. You know, in government you learn. And to me, I appreciate even my boss for moving me there, because to me, I feel it's more of a promotion. People look at a department in terms of maybe resource allocation, but I look at a department in terms of the impact it will have to society, in terms of the service it offers to the people, and how I can use the opportunity given and the department to transform people's lives, make them better. And that's why I'm doing all it requires to make sure that people of Kangundo Market are able to establish their market and operationalize it, and ensure that they earn a living out of it. So when you are impacting society, to me it motivates me, it gives me a reason why I should be working hard. That's why whenever you see me working day and night, it's not I'm idle. It's because I feel like I need to do something extra that has never been done. There are things which are never done many years ago, and we have a backlog that we need to sort, a lot of work on my desk, a lot that needs to be done. engaging the people, listening to the people, getting to understand the people, and learning how government operates, because government is a continuous process. It's something that will never stop at any given time. Today, I'm in that office. Tomorrow, I'll not be there. But the government has to continue running, and that's why I'm always happy when I move from one department to another. It gives me experience. I'm not a jack of all trades, but I get to learn many things along the way. It gives me experience how to deal with human beings. Right now, I'm in a department where I'm dealing with problems, including family problems. People are fighting in their houses. Men are being beaten by their wives. They call me looking for a solution. Some men will never speak out here, but through phone calls, we receive phone calls. A man crying like a child, being beaten by the wife. So sometimes you have to protect this man, but you have to ensure that he gets justice. Sometimes we go out, solve the issues. We find that the wives are drinking, the men are just a soft man in the house. They are left with children. So there's a lot that we are solving that is happening out here, and that's why I always call upon the men, always speak, not only women. You know, boy child has been neglected. Right now, we are going to lose boy child. People are focused on empowering the girl child. Every organization, let's empower girl child. Where is the boy child going? The boy child is becoming extinct. They are disappearing. Right now, you go to any establishment, you don't find boy child, you only find girl child, because they have been over-empowered. It's a time that we need to look on to empowering boy child. That's why I'm out here in this department. I'm able to interact. I'm able to engage. I'm able to listen to their problems. Boy child is crying out here. You never knew. I know you are a girl child, you are empowered, that's why you're seated there. But I know there are many boy child out there suffering. A time has come we need to look into empowering boy child, because even a boy child cannot marry. Our girl child, they are empowered, including sugar daddies now, wababas. Even I posted something on social media. This girl child who is dancing on top of a table in a club, half naked, has denied the boy child a wife. You know, boy child is crying. You know, I'll never stop talking about this issue of neglecting the boy child. The boy child will never marry if the same girl child is empowered by our babas. Dancing half naked in the club, exciting that old mzee. At the age of 35, this girl child will now start crying. Men are animals. Men, they don't want to marry me. She forgot that when she was at the age of 25, that boy child who wanted to marry her, right now is a CEO somewhere, is a leader somewhere, is a governor somewhere. She's now crying, calling them animals, calling them heartless. She has forgotten that the same boy child who wanted to grow together, they ran away because they called them broke men who couldn't afford even one meal, who couldn't afford to buy them an iPhone. They enjoy life now, life is enjoying them. That's why I'm trying to ask our girl child, please, if you really want to enjoy life, grow with someone. When you marry your age mate, you grow together. That Mbaba who has taken you out for enjoyment, life will be enjoying him after past 35. When you turn 35, that Mbaba has blood pressure, he has hypertension, he has all kinds of communicable diseases. He's running up and down trying to buy life in hospitals. While you, at the age of 35 now, you are trying to call that CEO who wanted to marry you at that time when you are almost the same age, heartless. It doesn't. You now forget about the six pack. You are looking at the bad boy six pack. Now you are saying any man, be it a Christian or non-Christian, we can grow together. Be it broke or rich. I'm asking our girls, please remember boy child is suffering out there. The wababas will only enjoy you now. At the right time, they will no longer be there with you. They'll be with their mamas at home, nursing some diabetes, blood pressure, hypertension. While the boy child you call a broke man, useless, is the one now living the life that you desired at that time. What am I saying? You have many girl child in the club enjoying, while boy child is at home suffering, trying to hustle so that you can create that life you are enjoying now. Girl child go back home, grow together with that boy child.
Mosiria, back to our point of discussion, you've highlighted that you're aiming at creating impact hapo kwa ground.
Yes,
What are the gaps that you've been able to notice that have been there in between the common mwananchi and the county government of Nairobi?
Yeah. Communication, the linkage. You know, people don't get information, and information is power. Some people may say the government is not working because the repackaging of the information from the government to the people is all there. And also engaging, involving the people in decision making. Because people form governments, and these governments, we are only drivers. But drivers, you should engage the stakeholders, the owners of this government, and the owners are the people. So, if we are able to engage the people, involve them in public participation, involve them now in decision making, and also implement what we agree with them, then things will work. But there's that gap whereby also people don't take seriously public participation. They just look at it as just a normal thing. They say, I think it has been a culture whereby people are called for public participation. Whatever they discuss is not implemented. They lose hope. They give up. But what I'm saying is this. If truly for things to work and the gap are identified, we have to bring people closer to government. Let them be involved in decision making. Let them feel the ownership of the government, that we are their employees. We are not their superior. The people should be made to be superior. Then we who are in government, we are only working for them. But above everything, they also follow the law. Not that they be made superior, now they break the law. By so doing, we'll be able to create a good relationship between government and the people. People will start now feeling the impact of their investment, because their taxes are their investment to run the government, and the service they get is their investment. So if these people are truly involved in decision making, in running the government, then I want to assure you, you will never hear one term, you will never hear must go, you will hear people saying continue. 2 term, yoyote utaisikia, because they feel involved in decision making.
About involving actually the citizens and the mwananchi in decision making. You know, Kenya has had a history of yes, we do air out our issues, we do engage in easy public participation, hata kama si kila mtu, but unapata like in tukirelate to with the 2024 protests, Kenyans came out and said that we are not in agreement with this. Kumekuwa na history ya the Adani deal, kumekuwa na history ya health. So unapata Wakenya wanakataa. But then
the reason why Kenya came out is one. When public participation was being carried out, they never show up. Everyone is busy doing his own business. When now a few who go there to participate will just say it's okay. When now things are out there, implementation process, they start now realizing, oh, we were never involved. You see, now they start making noise. It's the same way during devolution time, when functions were being devolved, education was not devolved. Health was devolved. But you meet doctors complaining that we were not involved, we should have been left under the national government. The same people complaining, when they were called on table, they never showed up. So the problem with Kenyans is that we never call to participate in public participation, they don't show up. They only appear when they see things are not as per their expectations. And when you don't show up, the government will not stop running. They proceed and implement the recommendations. Because some people just assume that things are okay, that's government thing, but they forget that this is their government, they are the key stakeholders, they are the owners of the government. Those in authority are their workers. We work for the people and they pay our salaries. And that's why we never interact with the people. I respect them because they're my employer. Or if not for them, I wouldn't be earning a salary, I wouldn't be having a job. So people are very important. Citizens are very important because they play a very critical role in making sure that we get paid to run the government on their behalf. We are their custodian, but they are the owners of the government.
With the citizens being actually the custodians of this nation, and according to the Constitution, Article 1, it gives the Kenyans the power to have authority over everything in Kenya. But then you find that once these pleas are not heard, because if a common wananchi can't afford just a basic meal, like a two-time meal in a day, then what does it mean to the government, especially kwanza hapa Nairobi? Because we've seen a lot of street children, we've seen a lot of street kids, we've seen children's home. We even had that kulikuwa na plans za wipe out like children's home door to try and decentralize the matters of the county. What is then the county doing to try and bridge hii gap yenye imekuwa created na wananchi?
You see, poverty in any country, there's poverty. There are poor people and there are rich people. But it's how we manage. In our country, the effects of COVID-19 killed many jobs. People lost their jobs. Businesses were closed. With the introduction of now IT, technology, even the workforce, manual workforce has gone down. Because right now with technology, it's taking over almost everything. So we need to really figure out on how to industrialize. The only way to solve this problem is that the government, both national and county government, creating more opportunity. We need to try and industrialize our country. We need to now move to technology, encourage young people now to create even opportunities, because there are not enough jobs for everyone, but there's enough opportunities for everyone. You can tap into available opportunities. You can create opportunities, be an employer. This is a time now, I think, for this unemployment and the poverty and the children you're seeing in the streets. For us to cap that, there's need to also as well do a new city. Like Vision 2030 needs to be implemented fully, and most of the effects of free education, which is part of Vision 2030, is what we are experiencing today. Many young educated people, no jobs. Why? If the previous governments, before the current one, implemented Vision 2030, today we'll be having Concert City operational, we'll be having affordable housing was part of Vision 2030 that the president is trying to implement. We could be having the lab set. We could be having now our country industrialized. If all the 47 counties, we have industries there. No you to run to Nairobi to look for white collar job. Jobs will be their village. So poverty level will go down. But now, because after COVID, everything changed, poverty is hitting us so hard, and it will take government more than 20 years to actually grow the economy, create opportunities, and that's why now there is need to again revisit the plan of Vision 2030, what Kibaki started, and make sure that it's fully implemented. And it's not a problem that can be solved by the county government alone. It requires the national government. People need to sit down now and work out a plan. Because even if we try and import labor, we are not solving a problem. Even if we say that we are taking our youths outside there to work, still many youths are finishing colleges, schools, they want jobs. Today you call for a public rally on a Monday, you'll have more than 10,000 people turning up because they are jobless. They want to be given handouts, and we need to move from a nation that people are idle looking for handouts to a nation where people are engaged, people are occupied. We need to look for a way of creating a network through technology where people can be able to just search jobs online. If you are a person who can do mjengo, let's do it. We need to come up with a solution whereby we have so many foreigners who have tapped into our opportunities, like those tea vendors, those young people from our neighboring countries who are selling tea, moving from one establishment to another. There are over 500,000. Those are jobs that could be done by the locals. But our local young people, they don't want to be innovative. They just want the white collar jobs. They have forgotten that manual jobs can also pay them as they look for a way to get enough resources to set up even good and well-paying jobs. You see, a country like Tanzania, they say these small jobs like hawking, pesa, matatu touts, tea vendors, all those are meant for the locals. Now, as a country, we have allowed the foreigners who are our neighboring countries, who are our friends. They have been given freedom to do business in our country, but this is again denying our youths now, because they have refused to do those jobs. I'm assuming those who are going to be chased away from our neighboring country, because in Tanzania they have said the locals to do those jobs, and we have millions of Kenyans there. I know they're coming back. More unemployment is going to be created. They're going to compete for their very few resources and opportunities. We need to really think outside the box. How do we open up our economy? How do we grow our economy? How do we create more opportunities? How do we empower our people to work, even if it's online, working for industries in abroad? I'm happy that companies that have opened branches here, people doing communication on their behalf from Kenya, coordinating their clients and their services in countries like Canada, US, which is a good thing. How do we expand it? Because it will create more opportunities. How do we make our youth understand that mjengo can no longer be done by a foreigner? They can also do it, because our youth look at the mjengo, they see it's a job that is for uneducated people because they have a degree. But right now, even your first class owner may not help you if you are not going to start from somewhere. Yesterday I was interacting with a friend who visited me after I posted on social media that the A student, those top students who scored A playing for first class honor, most of them you find are frustrated. And one visited my office with an A minor in Form 4, a first class honors in economics. He's jobless. He told me actually his degree is like a piece of paper and his certificate of Form 4. It's even denying him opportunities. He goes to companies that are employing. Once they look at his degree, they say they can't afford him, just because he scored an A in Form 4 and a first class honor from the University of Nairobi or from the university. This is denying him a chance to work. And I'm also appealing to the employers. Don't look at the piece of paper right now. Look at the experience, look at the opportunity you're giving this man. Because with him now he's saying, he no longer now values his honors, his A's, because they're even becoming a problem to him. You see? So unemployment will be there, but we really need to involve each and every person. That's why public participation is very key. People to come and say what they want. People who say we have land here, let's set an industry for this and that. Let's set a recycling plant that will create opportunity. People knows what they need. People knows what their problems are. That's why where I see today, I believe we can solve many problems affecting Nairobians As long as we engage the citizen, as long as we call them for public participation, as long as we listen to their grievances, we set up our customer service that is responsive, real time, solving the problems of the people. Yeah.
Speaking of the responsive Nairobi County Government, wapo wakazi wa Nairobi ambao kwa miaka sasa wamekuwa wakijiuliza, je, is Nairobi working? Kuzu ukiangalia malalamishi yamekuwa mengi, wakienda pale City Hall, foleni ni ndefu, ama unapata kama juzi kulikuwa na demolitions hapa Makongeni, the evictions that were done were so ruthless at all. And they were like, sasa ikiwa the county government cannot come up with a criteria or a way to communicate to its citizen vizuri, then how do they expect us to live comfortably? How do they expect these Nairobi people to be able to carry out with their daily lives if communication itself from the county government is a problem?
See, I think the communication is not the government's problem. I went there to listen to the people of Makongeni. I engaged even the owners of those church. They were given notices. The residents were given notices. The problem is that people are always resistant. The people, Kenyan and Nairobian. Nairobi is a place whereby, for one to do the right thing, he has to be arrested, or you have to use force if you are a government official. They were given notices. They were told to vacate, to give room for affordable housing, to share their details. They'll be reconsidered and be given first priority because they live in a very deprived, what can I use? In a very dilapidated condition, I think is the right word, where your house, the house you live, you have a toilet, but once you flush that toilet, the waste goes to the stormwater drainage system at your doorstep, and you still assume it's a normal thing. Children are always sick, and you don't care, and you don't take time to ask yourself, why is it that we are getting sick each and every day? It's because of the environment you live in. You discharge sewer to the environment, and you expect to continue living in such an environment. It has become part of your life. You no longer care. You only care about how you are going to earn a living, food for that day, and you forget that, and also some few coins to pay for your hospital bills when you get sick, because it has become a routine. Every 2-3 months you are in hospital. You see, but now the government is trying to give them dignity, a place where they can live comfortably, a place where they no longer walk and step on their own human waste, a place where they can now manage the environment well, a place where there is no longer pollution. You see, a place where there is dignity, no husband, no father and daughter share the same room, changing room. You see, that's what the government is trying to do through affordable housing. And it's something that was started long ago by the former president, His Excellency Mwai Kibaki, when he was the president. It was part of his Vision 2030. You see, the president is now implementing it, and I know many people may not understand this. They see that the government is trying to disturb them. They were, like the church that were there, yes, they were given notices, and they told me, yes, they received the notices. They requested for more time. But again, sometimes in government, when you request for time and you are given, you go, you forget. You continue just operating, assuming that the government will not come and take action as per the previous arrangement. That's why you find people in Nairobi, people in Kenya, they believe that for you to do the right thing, you have to be arrested first. Or there has to be use of force. And we need to change from that culture. And learn that this is our government. When a decision is made and the one who has made that decision. I'm only here to implement on my behalf.
Speaking of Vision 2030, you've highlighted it actually. Someone would ask him or herself, is Nairobi where it should be? Ama by the time tunafika Vision 2030, Nairobi itakuwa mahali penye inafaa kuwa, being it's the capital city of Kenya and the only city actually with a park inside. Is Nairobi where it's supposed to be? Because we've seen issues from garbage, we've seen issues from even service delivery, mambo hata ya governance, because we also saw that the MCAs walijaribu kuimpeach Governor Sakaja, but then it didn't happen. So is Nairobi where it's supposed to be?
Nairobi.
And if not, where should Nairobi be?
You see, Nairobi, in terms of economy, we are doing well, which is one of the pillars of Vision 2030. Right now, our city is overwhelmed with the population. During the day, it's around 7 million, at night, it's around 5 million. And they all need services. The demands are growing each and every day. Mm-hmm. We are doing our best trying to solve those problems, ensuring that there is affordable health care for each and every person, ensuring that our children are able to go to school, they are able to feed. That's why we have the school feeding program. We are on track. But again, as a county, we rely on the roadmap set by the national government that is implementing now the Vision 2030, trying to achieve it. And we are on the right track. I know things are working. We are on the right track. All I'm asking is that my colleagues now, let's pull up our socks. My colleague chief officers, let's do what's supposed to be done. Let's work within the law. Let's focus on service delivery. Let's bring Mwananchi closer to the government. Let's involve Mwananchi in our decision making, because they are the key stakeholders. And let's be on the ground to listen to their grievances, because Mwananchi will not know that there is no money to buy medicine. There is no money to connect SIWA. If we don't involve them and make them understand the need of paying for their licenses, the need to pay for the services they receive from the government. With the resources, we'll be able to implement what was in the Vision 2030.
So does it mean then that there are little or no resources that are being allocated to the county?
You know, resources are never enough. It might be allocated, but the resources are never enough. You know, serving a population. You know, Nairobi is like Rwanda. And we are even doing better in terms of GDP than even Rwanda.
Yeah, and that's why, you know,
that's why we need the allocation of more resources to serve the growing needs of the city's population. Each and every day, like garbage, we tried our best trying to clean the city. But with the growing population, we needed more machines, we needed more manpower. 3,000 to 4,000 employees are never enough. We need like almost 7,000 or 8,000 subordinate staff to clean the city. I visited a small city in India called Rajkot with a small population. The city is very hot. Even the economy is not 24 hours. By 5, all the businesses are closed because of the heat. But they have 6,500 employees who are cleaning the city. Nairobi, with its population, which is triple what Rajkot has a workforce of around 4,000. So that's why I'm saying, because of resources, we have limited resources. But if we have enough resources and we are fully funded, things will work the right way. And we are doing our best where we are. We're doing the best way possible to make sure that it works.
Then what happens to, you said increasing, manpower. You've highlighted there are very many people in Nairobi who are kind of
you see, you can't employ without resources. That's what I'm saying. We are concentrating.
But Nairobi generates quite a good large sum of revenue.
You see, we have employees to pay. We have to provide resources for employees to work, and mwananchi needs the service. So it's never enough. The thing is that we need more resources, and resources to be applied on the right time. Our revenue share allocation from the national government, so that we are able to offer services adequately to the residents of Nairobi.
Why not change the framework that Nairobi is using? Why not change the framework?
In terms of which framework?
The working framework, the allocation framework of the resources, just to meet the needs of the
You see, if you want to change it means you have to reduce the workforce. And we are trying to create more opportunities for many people. So you can't. So need to see how do we improve the existing structures and make them better.
We've also seen that as we are approaching the year 2027, when we'll be having our general elections, we've seen Nairobi as a hotspot for leaders who are eyeing for the Nairobi gubernatorial race, the seat. What's your view on that? How is it going to influence, the working of Nairobi and with the people in Nairobi?
Every leader has his vision for the city, and right now we have leadership that is there, that is working. Whoever that will come to the people make a choice on who is the best to serve them. Because I believe people make decisions, but let them make the right choice. Because I believe the decision in office, it is serving them. And at the right time, they'll be marking our report card and see if they'll promote us to the next level, or they'll tell us you need to improve. You see, but all in all, we have done our best, and I believe that there's still more to be done, and we need more time.
How about you? You're saying you still need more time, and being that umekuwa hapo kwa wananchi grassroots, do you have any political ambitions?
Political ambitions? You see, I won't say no, I won't say yes, but what I'll say is that personally, I'm comfortable serving in appointed position, because here there's no one who will come and ask for handouts, because citizens try to push leaders into giving them handouts and compromise service very well. Because if you ask that MP to give you money, where will you get money from? He will steal your money, come and give it to you, you grab to him, say mheshimiwa, wewe ni mtu wa nguvu na mtu ameiba pesa yako kwa sababu sasa ni barabara yako unakula, alafu nasema huyu mtu afanyie kazi. Yet you ate your own money. Why do you expect an MP to get money and pay for your school fees? Not his salary. That's what I'm saying. Personally, I'll be comfortable serving in an appointed position. But God, you never know. God has plans. I might be comfortable here, but God wants me that somewhere. If God make that decision that now, my son, it's time to move to this level, I'll offer myself for the position that God will bring. But at the moment, I feel that God is comfortable me serving where I am, where I'm able to interact with these people, where I'm able to make sure there's proper accountability of resources, people get the value of their money, no resource is stolen, there's accountability, no one bribes me to offer him a service that he should get for free, no one bribes me to deny the other one his rights. Like someone in Ngara was running a patching plant, walked to 2 million in the corridors of City Hall, trying to compromise me to take the few coins 2 million, you can't spend it even 24 hours. And especially money that is a bribe. That money will bring curses to you, will bring diseases to you, will bring nightmares to you. You'll never have peace, because this man trying to compromise me, he has put a patching plant next to Ngara Girls High School, where children have dropped out of class. Some of them are asthmatic because of the dust and the fumes and the noise is giving them distress, discomfort, diseases. Then you expect Mosiria to go and take his 2 million bribe to allow him continue disturbing the children who are very innocent. God will never forgive me. God will never, ever give me a chance to access heaven, because that's where I feel I belong at the right time. And God's time, I know all of us will want to go to heaven, but how will you answer God when we ask you that I gave you a job to serve the people, but you took 2 million, which never even changed your life, and here we lost this number of lives. So I believe that where I am serving, I can change lives. Nobody disturbs me that mheshimiwa, you owe me this. Usiponipea hii utaona kura yangu. Those kind of cheap blackmails will know there. Mimi mtu akiniambia wewe ni one term, namwambia mimi ni civil servant my friend. Nitakuwepo kwenda mbele na wewe bado tutakuhudumia. If you have a problem, then that problem tell me sort it out, because one term is not solving your problem. One term is only making you a noise maker who can only make noise. Then at the end of the day, the same person you are calling one term, you will be in the ballot saying is better than the one you have not seen. So instead of us making noise, you one term, even 2 term, let's ask ourselves, how is 2 term or 1 term changing the life of that mama who is suffering in the hospital bed? How is your 1 term, so long and 2 term, changing the life of that young man in the streets who is hopeless, who has no home? If that 1 term, 2 term will solve their problem, then let's sing it together. But if it doesn't change and solve the problems of the people, then let's focus on what can impact on the lives of the people, what can change someone, what can put food on table for Wanjiku, for Mama Mboga. That's the only thing we need to focus on. If we focus on side shows, then as a country we are losing it, as a country we are losing it. I believe that where I am, serving as a government official who is appointed, is better off than serving in an elective position whereby the same people voted for you are blackmailing you each and every day because you didn't give them handouts, because they have rent problems. Instead of telling you to use the money to solve their problems, you'll be moving up and down trying to see how do you loot this money as an MP, as an MCA, so that you are able to feed them. You see, a time has come whereby we need to ask ourselves as the people, what's my purpose in the government? Or in this government, what's my purpose? What's my role? Is my role to just vote and sit down? Or my role is to vote and be part of running of that government by supporting the custodian, by making their work easier, by advising, guiding, and criticizing in a positive way that is building, not destroying, and by making sure that I'm a shareholder and the greatest shareholder, because my tax of 10 go plus others made sure that this thing, these government runs and these services that we deserve will deliver to us.
Bwana Mosiria, we also saw that over the weekend, that was a Saturday, ulikuwa pale the Omogusi Political Community Engagement Forum.
It was Omogusi or Nairobi and year Thanksgiving Sabbath. I want to thank the community because as the spokesperson, who is a leader, was there. I'm the spokesperson of the Omogusi Nairobian diaspora, and I'm the only one as the spokesperson. There are many chairmen. If you see those people moving, say that they have the community chairmen, who some of them are, which one can I use? Auctioneers, who have been auctioning the community for so many years that the community does not have even a single MP in Nairobi, only a few MCA who are less than 6. And we believe that Nairobi is for everyone. And that's to balance. So I'm happy more than 10,000 people turned up. And when you call people and they show up without paying them money, without giving them handouts like other leaders do, such a political forum, many people are saying, Mosiria, you spend 10 million, where do you get money from? But Mosiria is a leader of the community, doesn't spend money. When you summon your people to talk to them, they come in numbers. You pray together, then you advise them. Then I actually even advise them that as a community, as your spokesperson and as a leader, we all came to Nairobi to look for opportunities, not to fight one another, not to bring down those who are already in positions, but to make sure those who are jobless get jobs, those who are suffering out there, sick and depressed, undergoing depression, get counseling, get care. My work is to make sure that as a spokesperson, not now as a chief officer, because in that event I was there in the capacity of the Uzi spokesperson Nairobian diaspora. And sometimes I assume even Kisi is diaspora. So when I'm in Nairobi. So I told people that as a community, you have to be together. Both those in government and those outside the government. We have to be together. It's not about personal interests. It's about the bigger interests of the community to benefit from the existing government where we pay taxes. And I even put in that our brother, who's eyeing for the political seat, when it comes to Nairobi, I'm his boss as the spokesperson of the community. And I have to make sure that his interests are also protected as a spokesperson. And I also have to advise him and tell him that our people need to be where opportunities are. At the right time, if God helps him to get in authority, then we shall support him and make sure he grows to the next level. I've seen many people, I know you are from that area, by your name Mora, fighting me even from Minnesota, that Mosiria is trying to remove people from his brother Matiangi into government. A leader should provide opportunities for his people. Is it bad to get someone a job in government? Is it bad to get our people tap into opportunities that are in government? Because I'm a leader, I'm not eyeing a political seat. If my brother is vying, he should approach us and we assist him. But again, if President Uhuru and Ruto had friends, what makes us believe that our brother will be in the ballot when he's number 2 in a party where he has no control? I'm not a politician, but I have to advise our people as a leader, as a spokesperson, that our brother, if we want our support, let him build our own house, our own political party that will be branded to be a Kenyan political party, but he has to have his own party. Any president who has ruled in this country, starting with Moi, was the party leader of KANU. Kibaki was the party leader of Kenya. Uhuru tried to vie with KANU, he lost terribly. That's why he had to build a new party, TNA. Later on, TNA became unpopular. They formed the Jubilee with the current president, Ruto. Ruto killed his URP party and joined Jubilee. He later regretted why he killed his party. He had to form a new party called UDA, which rose him into power. He's now the president. Riggy G joined the government without a party. You see what happened to him? Right now he's trying to fight and build his own house so that he can also join any coalition with his party or form a government if God helps him. So our brother cannot enter into an agreement because he owns no house, he owns no party. How will he form a coalition? So that's why we are advising him that now, I advise our people that now that President Uhuru and the Ruto are friends, Matiangi automatically is in government in 2027. He can't run away. A friend will never find his friends who are trying to unite the country together. And I'm not saying this because of any interest, because of if I'm in the government or because they fear nobody. But I tell people the truth that if your friend is a friend to the other friend, ni kama babako na baba yangu ni marafiki, sisi ni watoto, alafu babako ndiye anaoni ile gari, baba yangu ataniruhusu niende kumtoa kwa hiyo gari niendeshe? Haizi niruhusu. So Uhuru na Ruto ni kama baba, Matiangi hapo nyuma ya Uhuru. How do you think ataenda kumuoppose in 27? I'm willing to support Matiangi if he forms his own political party. I'll even resign and support him to become the president, but under his own political party. But as it stands, I will not come out of government where opportunities are to go and support someone who even is not sure he will be on the ballot for presidency. As a spokesperson, I'm talking as a spokesperson now, and as a leader of the community, who has no his own house, who has no control of a party. Then I take our people and niwaambia sasa waje tuende hapa. Those in government, let them remain. That's what I meant. And people are now fighting me all over who don't understand my statement. I didn't tell them that stop supporting your brother. I said, as a community, you have to be together. You have to understand being together. Even him is bringing the people together. Then hapo mbele we shall converse at some point and say that now, where are we heading? Are we uniting our people to join the government, or are we uniting our people to form a government? If we have to form a government, then we have to have a vehicle, our own house, not a house that is controlled by another individual. And strategically thinking, for anyone who is wise, Jubilee is out even to divide the mounted votes. Yeah? I'm not a politician, but I'm talking as an analyst. And once it divides, our brother is only being used to give it that strength of moving forward and neutralize some leaders. But at the end of the day, our brother will be where? Government. I'm seeing it. That's our vision. And I never like. When I started KICC 1, many people are saying that Mosiria ameleta wakisi pamoja kuwatoa opposition kuingisha serikali. Because I was in government. And as a spokesperson, you don't tell your people now leave government to go outside. You tell them join government for opportunities. It's not a political period now. It's a time for our people to get government job opportunities. And as a spokesperson, I'm not only for those in government, I'm for both in government and in opposition. And I have to advise them as a leader on how they tap into opportunities. If opposition has jobs that can recruit our people, I tell them join there and get jobs. But I cannot mislead them that now go join there, create numbers with no opportunities, while the government is giving jobs. I have to tell them join government, get jobs. Politics is your personal ambition, is your personal interest. At that time, you make a decision. But for now, what I'm telling our people, let's tap into opportunities as a spokesperson. I can never, personally, I'm also in that government. I'm a spokesperson, but I'm also in government. And what I'm advocating for is good governance. So that, and who can provide that good governance? The people in government. You know, sometimes we may wake up and start blaming a governor of a city or a president of a country or a governor of a county. Blaming the governor, forgetting that the people behind him are the bad one. If employees are corrupt, if employees are bad, it also makes the boss who is up there But he also need, it will take him time to solve that problem. But at the right time, when he gets it right, people will enjoy the services. So as a spokesperson, I always tell our people, let's tap into opportunities. When the politics come, I'll give them direction. The 10,000 people turned up freely without any pay is because they listened to their leader who called them. And even you are part of my person from the same people I invited there. Because even in King David, in the Bible, he called the people of Israel, the community of Israel, together to come and worship God and discuss on how they can be united and move forward as a community. Even in the Bible, there was politics. King David had to bring his people together and worship God. And also talk to them and guide them, being a king. Also, as a king of the community now, I have to call my people together because it's anchored in the Bible. And the King David encouraged these people to remain in the government. The government was God. It was not Satan. The government was God. So should I call the people and tell them now, let's go outside? Let's resign from government, go outside and wait for us to form our own government so that we can get jobs? No. I know people may have different periods, different ways of thinking, but my way of thinking is that don't run away from an opportunity. Even the person making out in opposition is trying to join government or create government. There are others making noise so that they can be called and be given something. So when we are already there, we should continue making noise to get more so that we benefit like any other person in this country.
Bwana Mosiria, Daktari Fred Matiangi ameweza kushtumu yale madai ambayo uliweza kuyatoa ya kwamba amekuwa kwa serikali, amekuwa kufanya kazi na Ruto na madai ya kwamba pia ataweza kuuza wale watu wa jamii ya Kisii. Je, una yepi ya kusema kuhusu madai haya na kushtumu? Ameweza kushtumu ya kwamba umeweza kufichua ule mpango wake wa ku...
You see, if someone tells you that our people should be in government, I've interacted with him on several occasions. He said, wale kwa serikali yeye ndio ukaa hapo na sisi wacha tupange hivi maneno huko mbele kama tutatengeneza serikali kwa wote pamoja. Msitoe kwa serikali kwa sababu mimi natafuta serikali. Mnakaa tu hapo ndani. So mtu akikwambia hivi hata wewe tu unatumia common sense unasema hata yeye anataka kuja wapi? Hapo ndani because it doesn't hate government. We want to be in government. The only thing is that as a leader now, as a spokesperson, is to help him also get into the same government, or if he has to form a government, then I will not stop him because I don't have any interest. But all in all, everyone wants to be in government, including him. You remember he served as a CS, and the most powerful CS in this country ever had. No single day did we ever fight him and tell him that now we should leave government and join opposition and form yours. You see, the thing is that as a leader, I embrace all the leaders. And I'm trying to bring all the leaders together from Kisii, both in opposition and government. We speak in one voice and see where is our interest best served. Is it best served outside the government in opposition, or is it best served when we join government collectively and negotiate for bigger share? Like what on Mlima? The Mlima people are happy. They have more than 3-4 CSs, and you will never hear them making noise. But still they are making noise saying that they are the most sideline. But they don't want to make noise that we have more in government, let them exit and come and join us outside. Why is it that the only community, the Kisii like making noise, that those in government should exit and make noise from outside with those making noise? But the Mlima, Rigijia je ipiga kelele ati watu wetu wa Mlima resign kwa hiyo serikali sasa mtoke nje tupige kelele tuingie wote pamoja. Have you ever heard him say that? He has never told these people to leave government. He always say watu wetu tunafinyiliwa tuongezwe. We want them to be added more. With the Kisiis, those outside they are fighting that those inside should get outside. Watoke wajoin wale wako nje ndio waingie watengeneze yao. You cannot make a government from outside. Lazima mkuwe na wandani wa kuleta siri. kwamba hii kitu lazima mpite hivi ndio mpate. That's why the mlima people are happy. Wale wako ndani wanaendelea kutoa siri tu vile watajipanga. Lakini sisi wakisi ile kitu tuko mbele nao online has become a career for our people. If you want to know, the most notorious bloggers are Kisses. The most notorious content creators who are doing good content are Kisses. So I think we need to form a ministry of creative economy and be handed over to the Kisses, because we are entertaining people. We are good in abusing. We are good in insulting on social media. I wonder, is it a career for the Kisses? Even the biggest blogger who makes a lot of noise and masking is a Kisi, Cyprian Yakundi, the most followed blog on social media. Who will write something and you will believe it, who exposes many things, and in his career as a journalist, and I like how he does his things. He's a Kisi, but the others now, instead of copying the likes of Cyprian and doing the right thing, the only thing they can do is abusing. Someone wakes up in the morning, Mosiria becomes his career day. He talks of Mosiria the whole day, abusing him and doing content just to trend on social media and be grabbed at. But when you ask him what Mosiria has ever done to you wrong, he even doesn't know. I'm happy that the young content creators are supporting me from the community. They have come out to criticize this old man from Minnesota. Someone just woke up, called his into Richard to start abusing me. But Mosiria anatoa Kisii kwa Matiangi. Did I tell people Kisii achana na Matiangi muende kwa serikali? I told them, let's tap into government opportunity. And this same person have done research even to his home. They still have the grass house, mud house, that is in the US. His parents are suffering. Why can't he go and build for his parents a house first before making noise on social media? Before making Mosiria's career, you know, someone in the US should be working, but he has forgotten that he went there to look for opportunity and dollars to send home. He's busy making noise while other men in the US are busy making money. I like my Somali brothers in the US. Even if the president was like, these people are taking out resources to invest in their home, but they are doing better than the Kisses who are there, especially this in Rucha, who has left his parents suffering in a mad house while he is busy making noise on social media. My sister, unajua hiyo?
Mwisho kabisa, Bwana Mosiria, ujumbe wako kwa wananchi wa Nairobi unaweza kuwa upi? Being that you're in that civic engagement.
Ni kuambia wananchi kwamba serikali ni yenu. You're the key stakeholders. We are only your custodians. We are only running this government on your behalf. You have all rights to come and invite us, to come and advise us, to come and talk to us, to come and help us on decision making, and we shall improve on our communications so that you are involved in our day-to-day operations and also in some key decision making which affects you directly, whether directly or indirectly. You are the owners of the government. So don't run away. Come closer to the government. Before you criticize us, ask yourself, what role have you done? Because you have all right to run the government from outside, where your money is, your taxes. You have to know how that the government is doing. Our doors are open. Come, feel free, and I'm there to serve you, to listen to you, because now I'm closer to you. Don't fear calling me. Don't fear coming to our offices. And I'm happy to the men who have started calling, a number of them who have been suffering under gender-based violence, being beaten by their wives. Now men are able to speak, and sometimes as a man I feel for you. When a man calls you crying like a baby, it becomes so painful, but I tell men, please continue speaking out. I'll not expose you. I'll not put it on social media. I'll keep it in confidence, and our officers have been trained to keep your information in confidence. Come out to report, and not only to men, to women, please come speak out, because this issue of gender-based violence is really going out of hands. Come out, speak. If your man is beating you each and every day, that's not love. That's a sign that one day if you keep quiet, you will be rescued in a casket, and it will be too late for us. We'll say why you didn't speak. So let's all come out and speak. This is a government that is listening, and I'm there to serve each and every one of you.
Shukran sana Bwana Mosiria kwa wakati wako. Na mtazamaji, Mosiria amesema ya kwamba serikali ni ya wananchi. Hivyo basi jukumu ni letu kuhakikisha ya kwamba mambo yanaenda sambamba. Umekuwa nami Rahab Moran ndani ya Sauti TV. Hadi wakati mwingine, zidi kutangamana nasi katika mitandao yetu yote ya kijamii @Sauti TV. Kwaheri kwa sasa.